so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for connecting wherever you are connecting from. I appreciate you for joining me on this very program. Please, as you join the program, kindly share the broadcast on your own platform, share to family and friends, share the broadcast to people who are close to you so that they can join us as we continue to spread the gospel. Today we are going to talk about a very sensitive issue that concerns every one of us. One of our own child has been kidnapped. It was a very horrific show that we saw where our own child was kidnapped. It has gotten to this length that the terrorists are no longer hiding. The terrorists are displaying their wickedness. The terrorists are showing their audacity at all times, going to Biafran homes to kidnap our kids. And this is unacceptable. Nobody on the planet Earth will accept that. And Biafrans will not accept that. And whoever is involved in the kidnap of Kamsi, whoever you are, I don't care to know. We are watching. And nothing must happen to Kamsi. That child must be returned home. The innocent child and harmless child who did nothing but to recognize the presence of the supreme leader of IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Even when the elderly ones have refused to recognize the suffering that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going through, the elderly ones have refused to see reason why they should stand up and speak up and ask for the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The little child was able to be bold to speak out. So it has now gotten to the extent that you will not allow our children to talk. Just because the young man was lamenting for the atrocity committed against his own elder brother, who could be his own father. And he was calling out people to do what they are supposed to do, show his displeasure on what is going on. And you that call yourself an adult, instead of you taking correction, instead of you seeing reason, all you have to do is to give an order for the kidnap of Kamsi. It is much more painful and sad that this little boy was kidnapped from a state that has a governor, from an area that has a local government chairman, and we saw the people who were involved in that kidnapping. There are so-called special force that is formed by the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, the legalized terrorist organization which is being controlled by the governors and the presidency, the special force. We watched it horrifically, how they come and whisk the child away from his parents in his own home. This happened in a state where you had a governor, you have a local government chairman, and yet the little boy is spending more than 24 hours without returning back home. You see, when we ask and say that it is time for us to go back home, some of you don't take it serious. I don't know what you're waiting for. You're waiting for it to become you before you stand up. Now you have seen the audacity of the evil men. You have now seen the audacity of these criminals. That they will stop at nothing to do what they want to do. Today they have brought terror in our land. They have brought terror, not just bringing terror, they have brought terror upon our own children, to terrorize our own children. A little child kidnapped from his own parents' house by the Nigerian government for doing nothing. He committed no crime. He committed no offense. All he showed was his concern for the kidnap of his own elder brother and father, our Supreme Namazem Nandekano. And they came to his house and whisked him away. Captured on video live. It's not as if you don't know the people that came to the operation. The people that came for the operation are known. And these are the forces controlled by the state governor. And yet, in a state where you have a governor, that innocent boy is spending more than 24 hours, yet not returning home. And you want us to fold our hands and continue to watch. This is one of the reasons why we say that it is time. Everything that you are seeing happening today is pointing to the fact that we have overstayed our welcome in the Zoological Republic. I don't know if you are waiting until they take all of us down one after the other before you can be able to apply, before you can be able to do the needful. Are you waiting for every one of us to be taken down? Is that what you're waiting for? The time has come for us to stand up. If we don't, a lot is going to go wrong. The direction they are going now is so horrific. For them to terrorize children, little children, to terrorize little children, kidnapping little children in the presence of their parents. You can imagine the trauma that innocent boy is going through now. You can imagine the trauma he's going through. You can imagine what he's going through wherever he is without his parents. And your so-called governor is sitting in his office relaxing. The local government chairman is still there making useless promises, telling us that Kamsi will be returned, nothing will happen to him. We don't want to hear words. We want him back home. And if anything happens to Kamsi, you that call yourself the local government chairman, who claim not to know what has happened, you are going to pay dearly. You will pay. Because you can't tell me that the special force that every single one of you is working for. That is why I say that everybody that call him or herself a politician, everybody that has been politically elected in any post in Biafra land, they are all evil. They are all in this plan of enslavement together. From your local government chairman to the highest ranking person in politics. In all offices, they are working hand in hand together to make sure they keep us down. To make sure they enslave us. This is one of the examples. A little child kidnapped from his home. More than 24 hours and nothing has been done yet. Only promises we are hearing. Only promises. Why must you allow that to happen at the first place? Why? Why? And this thing happened. The people that took the boy are known. They are not hidden. We know the people that took him. They are so-called special force in their uniform. With their vehicle. Special force sponsored by the federal government itself. Today, they have become so bold that they will walk into Biafran home and kidnap our children. They have beaten more than they can chew. They have beaten more than they can chew. And I can tell you that in a short while, we are going to respond. The Biafran people are going to respond. And it's going to be a very heavy one. You know, they are trying to push us to the wall to make us get into engagement prematurely. The Nigerian criminal terrorists are trying to provoke us by all means possible. The Zoological Republic government, they are trying by all means to provoke us and make us engage prematurely. But they cannot dictate for us the ground. They will not dictate for us the time. We will make the decision for ourselves when the time is right. And that time is drawing close. We are going to take the decision. And when the decision is being taken, I bet you, so many of you today that are standing against Biafra, you cry had I known. An innocent child, kidnapped from his parents' house for no just cause, for no reason whatsoever. And everybody is going about their businesses as if it's business as usual. Soludo is busy talking about it at home. Meanwhile, the government is terrorizing his own brothers and sisters, kidnapping his own children. If it were to be the son of Soludo was kidnapped, are you telling me that it's going to be more than 24 hours before that child is released? If it was this child of one of these politicians that was kidnapped, are you telling me that it's going to be more than 24 hours before they make a move? If anything happens to Kamsi, everyone that is involved in this will pay dearly, starting from the highest to the lowest. We know that the federal government is the sponsor of this terrorist group, and they are not hiding it. We have seen them on several videos. Our spokesperson, Master Simon, have made so many illustrations on them, on what they are doing and their plans. So many expositions have been made on this special force, their intentions, their plans, and their operation, mode of operation. These are a group of criminals, group of terrorists, the special force, group of terrorists taking advantage of the people. They are the ones burning homes of people, destroying properties, and stealing from innocent Biafrans. Today, they have crossed the red line. They have really, really crossed the red line by touching an innocent child. By touching an innocent child, what crime has that child committed? What crime has the child committed that you would terrorize him in such a way? You come to his house and kidnap him. And when we were talking about this special force, people never believed us. When Master Simon was making a exposition on this special force, we have seen them how they aid and abet every attack against the Biafran people. We have seen them how they fight along with the Fulanese against the Biafran people. We have seen how they have become the foot soldiers of the Fulanese. And when we talk about it, some people are still busy talking about one Nigeria. One Nigeria, my food. Those of you who are still talking about one Nigeria, mainly those who are Biafrans, Kamsi might be your own son. And your own son might be the next. Today it is Kamsi. You don't know who is going to be tomorrow. You think it has ended. This is just the beginning. You know how the Zoological Republic does? They will always try to test the waters. They will test the waters and to see the response of the people. Kamsi have been kidnapped for more than 24 hours. There is no uproar everywhere, anywhere. The governor is not speaking. Senators are not talking. People who claim to be elites are not speaking. They are not outraged. For the innocent boy who was kidnapped, simply because he was speaking out. He was saying what the elders have refused to say. He was boldly making the demand that the elders could not be able to make. He had the feelings that elders didn't have. The only encouragement they could give me is to give the order of his kidnap. Chukwu Okukabiyama will surely protect him and he is going to return back. But if anything happens to Kamsi, whoever is involved, your generation will suffer. Whoever is involved, your generation will suffer. Biafrans, we must have to wake up. We don't belong here. We don't belong in that contraption. We don't belong in that contraption. The rate of provocation they are bringing to us, the rate of provocation, let me tell you, if you're a Biafra, we cannot hold it for too long. We cannot sit back and watch this for too long. Time is fast approaching. Time is fast approaching. You must have to sit up wherever you are. You must have to sit up. We need to fight this battle to finish. It has become very clear that where we are is not where we are supposed to be. It has become very clear that we are not wanted. We don't have a home. Biafrans have the brains. Biafrans have the resources. Biafrans have all it takes to be a nation of their own. And the enemy knows that. Biafrans will perform better if they are on their own. The enemy also knows that. And that is why they are trying to destroy us mentally, physically, and morally. The war against the Biafran people is on different fronts. On different fronts. They attack us emotionally. They attack us mentally. They attack us in all rounds, every areas of life. The attack is so much that there's nothing you can do about it. But I tell you, it cannot be for too long. It will not be for too long. Every one of us should watch out. Every one of us should stand out and speak up for the evil that is happening in that Biafra land. This is not the time to talk about irrelevant issues. This is now the time for you to look at your brother as the enemy. The enemy of the Biafran people is pronounced, very much pronounced. It doesn't need a guesswork to let you know who is the enemy. And every one of us have to channel our energy to the enemy and stop getting distracted. It has become very, very necessary that Biafra will come. This year, not next, this year, with the level of things you are seeing today, the level of dehumanization, the level of disrespect, the level of terrorism that you see in Biafra land, we must have to end it this year. If we don't, it's going to be difficult. That is why every hand must be on deck. Wherever you are, you must sit up and every hand must be on deck to fight to finish. We must fight this battle and bring it to an end. They are engaging us on different fronts. Remember in 1967, we fought for 3 good years until they said no victor, no vanquish. And we tried to see if it's going to work, but it never worked. In 1967 war, it wasn't only Nigeria that fought against us. The whole world was against Biafra because of lack of information. Citizens of the world, they don't know what was happening, but the governments of the world was against Biafra. Every single one of them in the world power contributed to the attack in Biafra land. They contributed in so many ways. Some of them supplied ammunition and weapons. Some supplied even aircraft, and they drove the aircraft. They came together and they fought against Biafran people for no just cause, for no reason, simply because they want to keep us down and continue to take our resources. It cannot happen again. It will not happen again. If you think that you can be able to enslave Biafrans again, you can be able to gang up against Biafran again, you will not have such gang up. We are in the era of liberation, and Chukwu Okabiama have laid a foundation on how we are going to be liberated. And I believe that no sane country today will join you to fight against the Biafran people. The call will be to split the country and let the people go their separate ways. We are much, much better. We will be much, much better when we are being cut into pieces and we go to our separate ways. When we have our own nation, Biafra, we'll be much better. We'll be more productive to the world. will make contribution to the world, not just to ourselves and to our country, to the world. And that is why it has become necessary that everybody will start speaking up. The United Nations don't know what they are missing. They don't know what, or maybe they know what they are missing in Biafra. But because of their envy, jealousy, and pride, they fail to admit it. If Biafra becomes a nation today, it's going to benefit everybody, including the United Nations. It's going to benefit them. Excuse me. That is why we must continue to fight. We must continue to engage. We must continue to do what we know how to do best until our freedom is secured. No amount of blackmail or propaganda can make us stop what we are doing. We didn't choose ourselves. Chukwu chose us and gave us mandate, and we are pursuing that mandate. Our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who laid this strong foundation for us, is in the DSS. His release has been granted, and yet they refuse to release him. He has won his cases, and yet they refuse to release him. But I bet you, in a short while, we are going to have our nation once again, and our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to join us. They can't hold him forever. Very, very soon, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to join us, whether they like it or not. We are working on the mandate of Chukwu, not on the mandate of man. Not because any man told us what we will do, not because any man directs us, but because Chukwu gave us that inspiration, gave us the mandate to go for that which is ours, that it is time. And that is exactly what we are doing. And we owe nobody any apology for that. We owe nobody any apology for seeking for Biafra. Today, some of them that didn't believe our message are believing. Some of them who didn't see clear are seeing clear today. Some of them are still shy. Some of them are so shy because they have spoken a lot of evil. Some of them have vomited so many things that they can't be able to take back. They are so ashamed of themselves. But well, there's no point in you remaining in your shame and die in shame. No.